We finally got the parts, the correct parts for the Scout. And I think I'm going to ditch the Injora shocks and go back to the original ones. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about Grayson.
Grayson here, and I'm gonna fix my Bigfoot.
So what do you got to do to it?
Well, I gotta take the motor out and put a new one.
All right.
We got an Injora 12-turn 550 size motor that we're going to put in today. And looking up this crap. Out and Injora 550 brushed motor 12 turn. Can you see it all?
Oh yeah, we can see it.
Okay.
So Grayson wants to do this by himself. Grayson already did some mods to his Bigfoot off camera. He liked the tires and wheels that I got for the Arma, and so he got a set for his Bigfoot, and I think they look cool on there. Although I do like the classic centerline looking wheels that came on it originally. But we'll use those on something else or whatever. But yeah, so he's going to do all these mods himself, and you know, it's all about teaching the hobby to our children and passing it on. So I'm going to move the camera, and he's going to work on it. So what's the first thing you gotta do here, Gray?
First thing, I gotta take off this tire that I just put on it, because this tire is a little too big for me to stick the screwdriver in right there to take out the motor.
All right, now what do you gotta do, Gray?
Now disconnect my power wires.
Pull on each side.
I can't.
Alright, yeah, it'll do it. Alright, what's your next step, bud?
I'm gonna take out this screw right there, and then this screw right here, and then that'll make the motor fall out. And as tight as I thought that it would be.
Might want to loosen the other one before you take that one completely out. It's always a good idea. We're doing this out here in the lounge because we've got the Red Cat in pieces on the bench, and finally got all the pieces for that, so that's awesome.
Okay, I'm gonna use this tire right there so it's spaced out.
That's not gonna unscrew all the way out because your spur gear is in the way, so just unscrew it until the motor comes out. There should only be maybe 1/8 of an inch of threads in each side. If you feel it starting to skip around, that means it's loose. There you go. So let's see that 12-turn motor.
Here too.
Yeah, it definitely has some bad bushing.
Listen to this.
Oh yeah.
That's not supposed to.
It's time for it to go. All right, so now he's got to take the pinion off. You don't have to take that grub screw all the way out. There you go. And let's compare shaft to shaft on the Titan to the Injora to make sure they're same length.
Looks like it.
Looks like it.
They're very magnetic to each other.
So now he will put the pinion just loosely onto the motor, and just,
right there.
That's fine for now. We will set it when we get it in there. make sure you're on the flat. Good job, bud. It's good enough just to hold it on there until we get it positioned.
Feels
so now,
nice.
I might have to help him with this because we got to get the 2 screws lined up without actually taking them out. So that shouldn't be a big deal. But go ahead and see if you can do it yourself first. You see where your screws line up there. Since we're not switching pinions, you want to make sure you get them lined up, get the holes lined up where they're supposed to be. Alright, he's never done this before, so just to make sure it's right, I'm going to help him and get the first screw started. Alright, so we got everything lined up, so Grayson's going to go ahead and get these tight.
Super
You want to
tight?
get them pretty tight, yeah. You don't want to strip the screw head, but you want them tight. And we're not putting Loctite on these, even though we probably should. But
Just
even
in
though
case.
even though these Endura motors have good reviews, I don't know how long this thing is gonna last. So
I don't want to shoot it.
yeah, I don't want to put any Loctite on there. So now let's check the grub screw. Turn the truck a little bit so we can see the pinion line up. Pinion is lined up pretty well with the spur gear, so Grayson's gonna tighten that grub screw to the hubs of hell. Get it as tight as you can.
I just don't want to.
Without actually stripping it.
No, I'm not worried.
You're twisting the Allen key, so
Yeah.
you're good.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of, is breaking them.
So now you can hook up your motor wires.
Red goes to red.
Red goes to red.
If you didn't know.
Well, not always, because sometimes motors are reverse rotation and you have to reverse them. DC motors don't care which direction they go.
Oh.
Plugged in there. There you go.
And that's tight, and that's tight.
All right, so we're gonna make sure this thing is up off of the ground, and Grayson's gonna go get his control, and we're going to break this motor in. All right, so he's got.
Wait, why isn't this tire spinning?
Because there's no load on this one. See, watch, I can hold this one and it'll spin that one. That's how a differential works, buddy. So now he's gonna, since we don't have a throttle trim on this, he's gonna hold it for a little bit, and we'll just give the motor a little break in, and then if everything's good, we'll throw the cover back on, and he'll be good to go. Things are going good. Everything sounds good. That noise you're hearing is actually the differential, or the drive shaft making a little bit of noise. Take the tension off of it and it stops. You only want to break it in and forward, buddy, not reverse. All right, so he's gonna continue to do this and we will bring you back. All right, last thing he's gotta do now that we got the motor broken in is put the cover back on. Gotta get everything lined up, which can be kind of a pain.
Nope. I gotta put this in.
Yeah. You can do that after you get the screws in though. There's a little dust cover on the top if you guys didn't know that. The longer screw goes to the thicker part. And then the shorter screw goes to the thinner part. Don't need to be super tight.
I know, I can still spin this.
Plastic, it's going into plastic, so you don't want to strip those plastic threads. Kind of a hard one to get lined up because the control arm's kind of in the way.
Kinda.
chose the snap-on screwdriver because it's magnetic. Get it in there?
Not all the way, I can still see some threads.
Okay. Good?
Yep.
All right, throw your wheel back on and we'll be ready to rip. All right, guys, he's got this thing ready to rip. We're charging the battery up and we will be taking this thing out for a rip later today. So stay tuned for another video. Probably take this and the Arma out and run them against each other. So with that, I'm Thad.
I'm Grayson.
For Iowa Budget RC, just a father and son having RC fun.